Gatorade 0, and there was 0 quit in George Hill. Kyrie speaking with a lot of respect about his former teammate. How about Hill with 21, 9 of 12 from the floor? Connaughton was great as well. The others helping Giannis, who had a playoff career high, 22 free throw attempts. Here they are after the win.
For questions.
Eric Name, The Athletic. George, I know all year long, but has been asking for aggressive George. Aggressive George, that's what he wants. Just how big is it for you to have a night like this where you go out and are able to contribute in that way?
I don't know. I just go out, try to do my job, the best I can. And, if that's playing defense hard as I can, or if that's taking the opportunity to score when I can do that. But it's all about just winning the game, no matter what happens, no matter how many I score or what I do. I just want to win.
Giannis, Mark James, Ness, and WEI here in Boston. Question, after game 1, you guys have made the adjustments in game 2 and tonight. Have you guys figured out what the Celtics have done? And do you sort of feel like now that the momentum has swung back to you guys, you've taken control of the series again?
Yeah, we made some adjustment after game 1. But I think most importantly, we played hard. Going to game 2 and game 3. We just got to keep playing good basketball, keep defending, and just keep believing in ourselves. I think if we do that and we just trust one another, we're going to get control of this series.
Matt Velasquez, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Giannis, just in terms of the aggressive play and the physicality, just what was your approach to trying to get to the line, and then what's going through your mind when the crowd is, obviously objecting to the calls, and you're at the line and you have to, make those shots?
I'm just going to keep being aggressive. That's what my teammates want me to do. I've said that in the past. That's what I'm going to keep doing. I love getting to the free throw line. I've worked on it. I'm shooting my free throws with confidence, so it's easy points for me and my teammates. I'm just going to keep being aggressive and keep making the right plays, and sometimes if I got to take it all the way, I got to take it all the way. And I really do not focus in the crowd. Yeah.
Nicole Yang with the Boston Globe. George, Pat mentioned that the two of you like to talk about a bench mob mentality. How do you define that?
I mean, that's just, our starter's been good all year long. And when I got here, one of the things that we had to do was give them breaks. And, by saying that is we have to go in and change the game. Either, we take the score up or keep it the same. And that's going to be energy and effort. And that's something I think, as a group, all our guys coming off the bench, we take pride in that. We take pride in going in, trying to change the game, give our starters periods of time where they can get rest because we know they play extended minutes and things like that. But that's just, giving coach confidence in us and giving our teammates confidence in us when we're in the game to do the right thing.
Mike Petralia, CLNS Media here in Boston. Giannis and Chris, both, what do you remember about last year, and how much did that, losing the games here in Boston, how much did that motivate you guys to maybe kind of prove a point here tonight in game 3?
Chris?
I mean, really all I remember about is just losing that series. I mean, and I don't think this year we came in to prove a point. It's different seasons, different teams, so we were playing well on the road all year long, so I mean, we're not worried about who we're playing against, really. It's about us and trying to find a way to win games in advance. So, I mean, we forgot about last year, moved on from it.
Same.
Steve Ashburner, NBA.com. In the fourth quarter, you guys had a big lead, sort of any or all of you. They cut that lead down by getting to the foul line repeatedly. How much was that them pushing through the door, and how much of that was you guys holding the door open, and what was your level of concern in those final minutes?
Chris?
I mean, I think it was half and half. I mean, they did a great job of, forcing the issue some. We just got to do a better job of playing without fouling. I mean, I think we had lapses a little bit between the quarters or whatever, but for the most part, I think we played full 48 of our basketball.
Eric named the Athletic. Giannis, Brad in his post-game circled the play where you were coming down in transition and kicked it to George for the corner three in the third quarter is kind of the play that defined what you were able to find that balance. Just how big was that tonight to start off so aggressive, but then also have a night where you have as many assists as you do?
It's amazing. I think the whole team was ready. The whole team was mentally, physically ready. And at the end of the day, I'm going to keep making plays. I'm going to keep being aggressive, and my team has got to be ready to shoot. And today they've been knocking down shots, and going to game 2, my approach towards the game had to change. So I told my teammates that they got to be ready to shoot because they were double teaming me. They were building a wall, so I had to make the right pass. And going on to this series, that's what I'm going to keep doing. I'm going to keep making the right pass. I think the bench did a great job just coming in, being aggressive. They had 40, what is this? Let me see, 21, 14, 40 something points. It's amazing. It's amazing when these guys can come into the game, step up, knock down big shots. And we're just going to keep trusting one another. We're going to keep playing good basketball, and that's going to put us in position that we can win games.
Jared Weiss, also the Athletic. Giannis, in game 1, they were over here. They were really trying to load up high and force you to go left down the seam and then kind of play with the baseline wall. It seems that you've been able to find different angles to attack and kind of cut them up. What has been your approach as far as trying to attack from different parts of the court where you feel like you can kind of get in between the way that they load up on you?
My approach, as I said before, it's changed a little bit. That I'm trying to find my teammates first. But I think Coach Brad has done a great job just putting me in different spots on the floor that it's hard for them to double team, it's hard for them to build the wall. But at the end of the day, the only way you can break that wall and you can stop them from, double teaming or send the second guy is when you pass the ball, when you find the open guy. So I think that's what I've done 2 games now, and that's where we've hurt them the most.
We have time for 2 more, Matt, and then last one in Greek.
Yeah, Matt Velasquez, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. George, you spent a lot of time in this series on Kyrie Irving. You spent a lot of time on him in the past. Just how much has that past experience guarding him helped prepare you for this situation?
I mean, it's big. You have familiarity with guys and things like that, but it's nothing that I'm doing. It's a team game, and I'm just out there doing the initial stop. And Giannis and Chris and guys like Brooke, Bled, all those guys, our whole team is sacrificing themselves to be in the right spot to help and make it look crowded. But like you said, it starts on the ball, but it's a team game, and it's nothing that I'm doing by myself. It's everyone else that's in their gaps, contesting from behind, making it tough. And anytime you got a guy like that and you can build walls, and you got the other 4 guys on the court making it tough and making it look crowded, I think they're doing the best job, making my job easier.
Αντώνης Καλκαβούρας από την Ελλάδα και το Gazeta.gr. Γιάννη, 2 ερωτήσεις θέλω να σου κάνω. Η πρώτη έχει να κάνει με κάποιες δηλώσεις που είχες κάνει αμέσως μετά το Game 1. Όταν κάποιος ερώτησε ότι χάσατε το πλεονέκτημα της έδρας, απάντησες ότι το πλεονέκτημα της έδρας δεν το χάσαμε επειδή χάσαμε ένα παιχνίδι στην έδρα μας. Έχουμε ακόμα άλλα 6-5 όσα παιχνίδια έχουμε μπροστά μας και στην τελική ανάλυση δεν είναι το τελευταίο το επόμενο. Πίστευες γενικότερα ότι η ομάδα γενικώς θα έχει μια τελείως διαφορετική προσέγγιση από παιχνίδι σε παιχνίδι? Το ένα. Και το δεύτερο, εάν και εφόσον η Βοστόνη είναι ένα από τα αγαπημένα σου γήπεδα. Ξέρω ότι δεν σ' αρέσει να αναφέρεις κάτι τέτοιο, απλά γενικότερα έχω προσέξει ότι σε αυτό εδώ το γήπεδο, όπως λέγαμε και πιο πριν, τα τελευταία 9 παιχνίδια έχεις 31 πόντους, 10 rebound και 6 assist μεσόωρο.
Was that a question or y'all talking about something? Σίγουρα πιστεύω ότι από το πρώτο παιχνίδι και στο δεύτερο παιχνίδι άλλαξε η προσέγγιση μας και ήξερα ότι θα βγούμε, θα παίξουμε πιο δυνατά, θα είμαστε πιο έτοιμοι πνευματικά και σωματικά. Άμα είναι αυτό το αγαπημένο μου γήπεδο δεν ξέρω, αλλά ξέρω ότι μου αρέσει να παίζω εδώ μέσα και μ' αρέσει όταν κερδίζει η ομάδα εδώ μέσα, γιατί τελευταία φορά που κερδίσαμε εδώ μέσα ήταν στη regular season και δεν κερδίσαμε πέρσι στα play-off. Δεν έχει σημασία πόσο σκοράρω ή απλώς μ' αρέσει να κερδίζω εδώ μέσα. Δηλαδή όταν κερδίζει μέσα στη Βοστόνη είναι ωραίο το συναίσθημα.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, so there you have it. The Bucks, with help from George Hill, a big night. Big shots from Connaughton, Middleton, Bledsoe late, and after going down by 22 at home in Game 1, and the Celtics looking like maybe they were the far better team, the Bucks have, in a resounding fashion in 2 consecutive games, look like they indeed belong as the 1 seed. So now the Celtics look to do what they've done seemingly 45 times this year, and that is every time that they have not looked good, they come back and they seem to look good. What do the Bucks need to do to make sure to avoid that Celtic comeback we've seen that many times this season?
You know, it's simple to say, but you must keep continuing to exploit their lack of confidence and trust within each other. And anytime you beat a team back-to-back in the playoff format, that really messes with a team that's lost twice in terms of their belief in their game plan, what they need to do, the adjustments they need to make. So, you know, Boston right now either will look to do something extreme in terms of their adjustments or figure out a way to just kind of get better at what they're doing. For Milwaukee right now, I just think they'll do what they do a little harder, a little faster, and a little better.
Crowd's going to be into it. They'll use that energy. You figure those adjustments. What's one adjustment you would make, Brad Stevens and his club need to make in terms of philosophy or otherwise going into Game 4 to have a chance to even this series?
Well, I think one thing that I would try to do if I was Brad Stevens would be to run the Milwaukee shooters off the three-point line. I know we're trying to build a wall to Giannis and we're closing out the shooters, but we're closing out and we're still allowing them to get good looks off. Sometimes we have to do what we like to call close out to touch, which means you have to get right up on a guy. You have to run them off the three-point lines to a certain extent, sometimes daring guys to put the ball on the floor and go to the basket, because what you can't allow the Milwaukee Bucks to do is spread that floor, let Giannis drive and kick and penetrate and throw that ball all around the court, and next thing you know, you're chasing the basketball. So I think one thing they have to be able to do is to be able to take care of the three-point line. The three-point line has been a telling tale for the Milwaukee Bucks the last 2 games. They've shot over 40% from the three-point line, and I think that Boston has to try to get that number down.
There was no question whether or not he'd be, if not the MVP in second, he'll probably win it, but there was a question, how dominant can he be to carry a team in the playoffs? So far, so good. Bucks are up 2-1 in this series against the Celtics. We will see you.
Hey, man, tell Ryan Hollins he owes an apology, man.
And Nuggets. Which way will that series
Ryan Hollins owes Greek Freak an apology. He said he's going to crumble in the playoffs. Not my Greek Freak.